Good morning, Crazy Crafters. Welcome to class.
Yes, this is our doll art journal class where we do a journal page featuring one of our doll art paper doll stickers, and we are creating a journal book.
Yes, so today we're creating a beautiful swim girl.
Yes, and I love this because we're mixing and matching two different stickers to create this fun girl. And I think that's just such a great way to use your stickers. You don't always have to be in the cookie cutter way, right?
Right, you can mix and match, you can alter them. Before we get started, we're going to introduce ourselves and also let you know you need a few supplies handy.
Yes, so my name is Kara.
And my name is Jackie.
And we are the mother-daughter team here at Krazy Kreations, located in, where are we, Jackie?
Wairika, California.
Yes, that's way up by the Oregon border, and we are in for a very sunny, fun, bright day.
Just like our doll art journal page today. So if you are taking this class with us, you will need some supplies handy. First of all, you need your kit. Very important.
Very important.
Second of all, you'll need a basic toolkit. So that is tweezers, scissors, adhesive, and a paper trimmer, right?
Yes, and if you have a ruler nearby, which I see ours is on the other table, so we'll be grabbing it, that could come in handy as well.
And then last but not least, you'll need some alcohol-based markers, and our favorite here at Krazy Kreations is the Right Art brand.
Yes, so other brands that you may be familiar with are Copic, Spectrum Noir, Chameleon, or even a Sharpie.
All right, well, just make sure you have those things handy. Maybe you want something to drink, like a cup of coffee. I know I do. And let's take a peek at this beautiful doll art journal page, and then we'll get started. If you're ready to get started, let us know in the comments below.
I'm giving a thumbs up.
Okay, that works too. All right, here is our beautiful page we're creating today.
Yes, so this is a kind of like a scrapbook page in many respects, and it is, what is it measured? Do you remember?
6 by 8.5.
That's right. So we've kind of gone through a journey here where we've been creating in our Snap album here. We have these for sale here at Krazy Kreations. They're called Snap albums, and mine is this robin's egg blue, but we also have black with the stripes, right?
Yes.
And then in each of these, there are these page protectors where we've created this beautiful doll art. And so I just absolutely love these, don't you?
I do. Each of them has their own special style, and we've been naming them and signing them.
I know, having all kinds of fun. Now, this was our last one. This was the awesome guy and the glamour girl, right?
Right.
And I just love it because it looks like they were all ready for a celebration.
I don't think we ended up naming those.
No, we should, though. What's up?
I think
What's wrong with
the
us?
votes were all over the place.
Oh, okay. So do we have to start over?
I think we'll just let you name whatever you want those to be. I know I saw one suggestion. I can't remember the TV show, but it was based on a TV show.
Oh, huh. Interesting. Well, when you remember, let me know. Anyway, we have this book. I love these books. Now, these are definitely for sale, but what a great way to go back and see all your art. I love to look at this occasionally, don't you?
I do. It's really fun. I like looking at it before we start every class.
I know. So now this will be our new edition. Now, we don't have a name for this girl either.
I have a name in mind.
You do? Are you putting your name in the hat?
Not my name.
Yeah, but what is it?
Okay, she reminds me of that movie Dirty Dancing, the sister who does the Hawaiian dance.
Oh, that's right. What was the name of that sister? It's not Baby, so it's the other girl.
Lisa.
Lisa? Okay, so Jackie's putting Lisa in there. To me, she looks like, from the older generation, Marlo Thomas in That Girl. But I don't think Marlo Thomas ever went to the beach, so that may not work. Okay, so we're going to have our kit, and we're going to get started, and we're going to create this during class. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Okay, so I'm going to open up this kit. I love that they come in these nice bags, don't you?
Everything's nice and protected. It's a nice Ziploc baggie, and you can even save it and reuse it.
All right, so I am going to save the bag because this is a nice bag. All right, so I'm going to give you the directions and we're going to start off. Now what we like to do is start off by making the base, meaning all the papers in the background. So that's where we'll start today. And I believe we're going to need this brown bag, right?
Yes.
You're the directioner.
Okay.
Okay. And then I believe we're going to need this paper for the background here. And it looks like this beautiful water paper. And where's my seashell paper? Oh, it's the back of this one. Aha! So there we go. So that's what we're working with. Are you ready, Jackie?
I'm ready. So we're putting all of our stickers, glitter paper, and chipboard doll aside.
Yeah, so here's my paper trimmer.
And so the first thing we need to do is we need to get the brown bag cardstock.
All right.
And we're going to trim it to size 6 inches by 8.5.
So we already know that this is 8.5 because the paper is 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to put this in and trim at what?
6 inches by 8.5.
So I'm going to trim at 5 because my paper trimmer doesn't go to 6. But if this is 11, the leftover piece should be the 6, right?
Right, 6
Look,
plus 5.
I did it right. All right.
So you want this to be 6 inches by 8.5. Then we need our light blue pattern paper. So I think that's for the sky. And so for that one, we need it 5 3/4 by 3 inches.
So again, I believe this is cut at 6. This is why I like my ruler, which if we could get it. But this is 6 by 6, so we need it 5 3/4.
Yes.
So I'm going to take off 1/4 of an inch, and I now have 5 3/4.
By 3.
By 3. Okay. I love these like little dots here, don't you?
I do. Looks like little clouds. Okay. So now we'll need our green cardstock.
Guess what? I don't have green card. Oh, I do have green cardstock. It was hiding.
Phew. All right, so we need 5 3/4 wide.
Okay, so now that I have my wonderful ruler, I could see what this is. This is 6 inches, so I need to cut off 1/4 of an inch.
And then the height will be 3/4 of an inch.
All right, looks like this is 1 inch, so I need to go to 3/4. Got it. Well, almost got it. All right.
Okay, and now we're going to use the water paper.
All right.
We need to trim it to 5 3/4 by 3 inches.
All right, so I'm going to cut off 1/4 of an inch.
And we probably should look at the direction of our paper, but you did it right.
I know, huh? You're kind of slow on the tape there. All right, good thing I did it right. All right.
Okay, it says trim a curve at the top of the paper.
So are we still cutting anything?
Yes, we are. So we'll come back to that. Okay, so trim the seashell print paper. 5 3/4 by 3.5.
Okay, so that's a problem because we only got one of these papers, so we're going to have to modify. So we'll just go with this. And see, we should have checked the direction of that paper too.
We should have. Okay, that's all the cutting.
All right, so maybe we'll make double waves. What do you think?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so here we go. Sometimes things happen, and because we're scrapbookers, we make it work, right?
Always.
Okay, so now am I going to put this together?
Yes, so the light blue paper goes on first.
You know what? I'm going to just peek at something here. Look at this. Let's do this before we put it. So this looks like it's 2 inches. So I could cut off another inch of this and have that as my additional piece. What do you think? I'm kind of mad that I didn't check this. So I'm going back to this and I'm going to make it 2 inches instead of 3. Okay? So this is now 2 inches by 5 3/4. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
And then that will give this piece on the bottom that extra. Okay? All right. See, working on the fly here. Alrighty, so now we're going to go up here and we're going to put this probably down. Let's put our green first. This is what I love about live classes. We're on the fly. What do you say?
We are on the fly.
Alright, so if we put this green one down first. And if you have the paper, you could follow the instructions. My kit didn't. So I'm working it out. All right, does that look straight? It's hard to see. Jackie, you're not helping, man.
I can't be your eyeballs.
I think you need to have more coffee. There we go. I think that looks good. Are you good with that?
Yes, so now we'll put that blue one on.
Yes, I'm going to put it right here at the seam, and it looks like we're going to have a border, so that'll be just perfect, okay? It's like you could see this one a little better, so I might move that green. All right. Maybe I want it like this. Let's see how that looks. Yep, that looks good. Okay.
Okay, so now we're at the water paper.
Yes, and if you look at this water paper, you're going to notice that it has like these little waves and lines in them. So you could kind of cut just a very subtle kind of curve to follow that. So you can pick whichever one you want. Maybe you want the water to be like that. I mean, it's up to you. So all I'm going to do is just kind of follow the curve of a water. And I don't have to do it a lot. I just want a little subtle.
I love this paper.
Yeah, it's very cheerful, isn't it? But you see how it's just a little bit, and then I believe it's going to go like this.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. I already feel like I'm at the beach. How about you?
I do. With all that water and the sky.
Well, that wasn't very straight, Kara. There. All right.
Okay.
Now this is where we have to make this part work, right? So we have, well look, we have a big piece here that'll go down, and then we could put our little piece for a layer if we want. Do we want it toward the top, do you think?
We could do that. So we're kind of we're straying from the instructions here.
Okay, what are the instructions?
We can stray from the instructions. I just wanted to mention that. So we were supposed to have a 5 3/4 by 3 1/2 and a 5 3/4 by 2 1/2, and then using scissors, make a freehand curved edge on the top of each paper. So we're gonna do something different.
Yeah, and ours is sideways, so we're going to be a sideways girl. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to do that free form again. And you know, I think what a good tip would be to use our brown marker. And I think if we get our dark brown marker, we can make a definition here. What do you think?
Yes, so that's kind of like the edge of the sand. If you have an ink pad, you could do that as well, but we have these markers right on our table, so we're just going to go along the edge.
But I like that it kind of, see how that defines it? Doesn't that just make it look like pop right out?
Yeah.
Okay. And there we go. I think just kind of giving it a little bit of definition is cool. Now, if I want, maybe what I'll do is I'll make this one a little curve too, and I'll decide where I want to put it. So this is the piece where I cut it off at 1 inch. And I don't want a big definition, so I'm just cutting very little. You can see how little my scraps are right here. See, look at that. All right, so then I think we'll kind of come in and do this. So one good thing, it doesn't bother me being sideways because I'm a creative, artistic person, but if that's something that would bother you if your paper was sideways, you really always have to get in the habit of reading about checking the direction or just looking, because otherwise you might be disappointed, right?
Yep. And in this case, it wasn't on there, so next time we'll be extra careful.
Yeah, so here we are. Look how that looks. Do you see that definition there? I think I really like that.
Okay, let's glue it down.
Do you like it?
Looks good.
Okay.
I like how you made a curve with your adhesive.
I know. I guess I'm feeling the water. So I don't care if I'm not on the bottom because I'm going to put the other layer there. So I might just go up a little bit. I have about an inch, right?
Yes. You just want to make sure your edges are next to each other between the water and the seashell paper.
Yep. All right, I think I like that. And then I could use this piece to kind of just do whatever, right?
So you're going to have 2 layers of the seashell paper to make like a layered sandy look.
Yeah, and I think it just really brought this together. What do you think? Look at that.
All right, very good.
And this paper here is left over. So you may be asking yourself about this. Don't worry because it's not layered in here. This is extra, but we are going to need it for the skirt.
So the very next step we want to do is we want our wave border stickers. And they're under here. And we're going to create this beautiful wavy look just with these wave border stickers.
Okay, so we're going to work on this. And let's go ahead. Yeah, we could use our tweezers if we want. But anyway, let me just go ahead and peel. Looks like we may need to get something else.
Oh, okay. I did see that.
Oh, is it in my packet somewhere?
Yeah, it is.
All right, so now, I'm sorry I was distracted. Do you see how this has kind of a wave in the water? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wave sticker and I'm just going to create that. Isn't that kind of fun? So I could go a little bit at a time and kind of make a curve. And that kind of follows, just following the line that's in the paper, I think is fun. What do you think?
I like that a lot. So I thought at first that this was multiple papers layered, but it's actually an optical illusion. It's just the sticker.
Exactly. See how that is? Isn't that fun? And so, you know, we could put several. Shall we keep going? Because we have a lot of stickers here.
Yeah, so in your sample you used 3 wave borders, but we could do 4, we could do 3.
We could even do just a little bit if you wanted to, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm going to keep going because I think this is fun. All right. So let's go ahead and I'll follow this wave now. I like following the paper because it kind of gives me a very clear guidance of what I want to do. You know, instead of me trying to think all the time. And if I don't quite make it, nobody's going to know. So there's that one. Do you get the sense of that water yet?
I do. I think we should do one more though.
Okay.
And we're saving our little little pieces of border sticker on our table. If only you could see.
We are. Now let's see. This one I don't really have a big curve, so I think I'm just going to make mine up a little bit. I see kind of something, a shadow, but I think I'm just going to do my own thing.
And I wanted to mention how flexible these border stickers are. It's really nice.
Yeah, you just need to go a little bit at a time and then press them down with your finger. There, what do you think? I like it.
That looks really pretty.
And these 2 colors together are really spectacular. The holographic with the paper.
Yes, so this is the holographic light blue that we offer. Okay, so we have our waves down. Now we're going to do the sentiment.
Okay, so we have 2 stickers here, right? There it is. So we're using this girl, which is our summer swim girl. And then we're using this girl, which is the island, right, girl?
Yes.
And on both of them, they're, well, on this one is the sentiment, and it's right here. So we're going to open this girl up, which is the Island Girl.
Okay.
I got to tell you, I've only had 1 cup of coffee today, so I don't know what happened to me, but I should get more.
I think we need a beach day.
We do need a beach day. For here, it would be a river lake day.
A lake day.
Okay, so here's what I do when I can't get it out. There we go.
Okay, I have a couple comments that I think I should read. Meryl would like to know if all of this paper is from Authentique because she loves the tropical print.
It is not from Authentique. None of it is, because Authentique has kind of taken a break right now. So we have been shopping for paper, and I'm trying to remember. I want to say it's Photo Play.
Ooh, okay. And then Anna was saying she likes the layering. Looks like the towel is on uneven sand. I like the uneven sand look. And then Gail was saying that the beach is her favorite place to be.
Me too. I like it. All right, so I just peeled the first word, aloha. And if I'm not in there, we're making it so I am. And I'm kind of just going to place it. Now, when I put my words down, I don't put them like pat them down yet. I just kind of lay them there in case I need to move them. So it looks like this is going to take the whole way. So I think I'm going to do smiles and sunshine. So that's the order. So I did the aloha. I'm going to go over here for the smiles. And that's another thing I do. I like to slide. These tweezers with the words are awesome, right?
Yes, always use tweezers when you're placing your sentiment stickers down. It's a huge help.
It really is. Okay, so now I have this word sunshine.
And I even have trouble picking up pieces of paper with my fingers. That's when these tweezers come in handy too.
You're not even that old yet, but I hear you. I do that as well. Good tip. And then the word and. But I like that tip. Okay, I picked it up, then I lost it. Oh, here it is. It's on my tweezers. I'm all, what happened to it?
It disappeared. It did a magic trick.
And then I'm just going to put that and here. So I'm going to let you be the one to see if we need to move anything around.
The and can go a little more to the left, but other than that, it looks good.
Oh, I had an inside piece. All right, more to the left like this.
Yeah, right there.
All right. Then once I'm satisfied, this is when I'm going to come in and just pat it down. Is this an inside that has to come out?
Yes. So another tip is always pick out the negative pieces, if you have any, after you lay down your sentiment. It's so much easier.
It is, very much. All right, so that looks really, looks like an E and an L. There's the L, and here's the E. See how these tweezers just help, right?
Definitely.
All right, there we go. Aloha and sunshine smiles.
All right, so let's go ahead and add that border sticker.
All right, so the border sticker, if you hear me taking this girl out, I'm taking the swim girl out now. Oh, she came out a lot easier. Okay. And if you notice right over here, there's a border. Okay, so that's where we find that. So
now, these borders don't look quite long enough, Kara.
No, there's 2 of them.
So we're going to put them together.
Correct. So look how pretty that is. I think the borders really, really finish the project. You know, the seam here.
I agree. It really adds a nice touch.
So it goes a little more than halfway. And then we have another one. All right. So we'll be trimming off the excess. There.
And then we will trim. Okay, so now that we have all of our papers down, we did our blue holographic wave borders, We did our sentiment across the top, and we did a black border on the seam of the papers. The next thing we're going to do is the Adirondack chair.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's do that. All right, so here is our wood paper. Should I take this away for now?
Okay.
All right, so we have our wood paper, and a lot of you probably know this, but you can put our chair on pattern paper or any paper, right? So it doesn't always have to be glitter paper, and in this case, why not take advantage of this beautiful wood look?
Right.
Okay, and look at the back. So if you ask me who this is from, I believe it's Echo Park. But we're not really into the back, but I sure love the wood, don't you?
I love the wood pattern.
So I'm going to go ahead and peel this sticker. I'm just peeling it up. And here is the beautiful outline. I love this chair, don't you?
I know, it makes me, I just want to go sit in it.
Now the thing about paper is you have to kind of be more aware of where you want it, because once it sticks, it doesn't like to move. Okay, so take your time, but once it goes down, you might rip your paper if you try to take it back up.
Right, so you kind of get a one chance when you're putting it on paper.
And if you have anything on the inside, now would be the time to go in and kind of get that out. So I had a little bit there, and I have, I think, a piece there. I can't really tell. I think I do. I got that. Do I have anything else?
I think you got it all. That might be a part of the wood paper.
Okay. All right. Now, we're going to trim this out, and I'm going to show you some tricks about it. So you're going to follow the border, and I'm using, what scissors am I using?
We are using the Tim Holtz Tonic Studio 5-inch mini snips.
So I'm going to do the around the outside first. Okay. Are you watching?
No.
Yeah, what are you doing? So I'm just kind of going around the outside. This is kind of, to me, relaxing because it's pretty easy. You know, just following. I'm not sure that piece was the wood. Does it look like it there?
Oh, maybe not. But it is now.
Okay. I think it might have been the inside of a sticker that got caught behind the sticker, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we could peel it off, go back and fix it, or we could just leave it as is.
Yeah, I'm not sure we might see it. Okay, so I'm getting to my trick in just a moment. Okay, so here we have the chair. But the thing is, do you see how it's kind of open there?
Yes.
So we want to cut those areas out. And the thing I love about stickers is you can actually cut. You could use a craft knife and do that. But if you cut right along here and out, then because it's a sticker, you really won't see that the part goes back together. So you won't know that you really cut it. So I cut along that sticker. I'm going to cut this triangle out, and I'll show you what I mean. Just get that piece out. Do you see how this is cut, but when it goes back, you don't even know that I cut that?
Right.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, I like
and
that
how much
tip.
easier is that than trying to use a craft knife, right?
So much easier.
So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to cut right by that sticker, and then I'm going to cut this triangle out.
Don't be afraid to cut through your sticker.
Peel that off. And there, doesn't that look nice?
There we go.
Okay, what's the other trick, Jackie?
Okay, the other trick is we're going to use a black marker to go around the edge of our image so that we're just hiding any of the paper core that we may not have cut all the way to the sticker. So we're going to take a black alcohol marker. This is a Right Art marker. And we're going to go around the edge of the chair. And this is going to hide any imperfections in our cutting. I'm just going around carefully, carefully, carefully. You don't want to get any black ink on your chair. All right, just making our way. There we go.
That looks so finished, and I love it. So this is going to, are we going to put this down now?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so here's our page.
It says approximately 1 inch from the bottom and 3/4 from the left.
Okay, so I am going to use my Krazy Creation ruler. And how much from the side?
3/4.
All right, so I need to go back just a little bit.
Because we want room for our tiki torch.
Our tiki torch, there, about that. And about how big from the bottom?
1 inch.
All right, so I love that.
You don't have to be exact, but...
No, but I'm just kind of using I like to use my ruler anyway. And I believe it was right. This is 1 inch, so I know it's that. And that looks good to me. I like it.
All right. So guess what? Oh, we need to add our dots.
Yes, we could do that last because I'm going to do something different.
Okay. All right, so the next step is to do the glitter paper.
The glitter paper. Now look, we don't need a lot of glitter paper for this particular project. So let's take stock of what's going to go on the glitter paper.
Okay, so it looks like we're going to have a little bag. We're going to have our drink, our tiki torch, a seagull, and some seashells.
And you forgot our top.
Oh, I did. I forgot her top.
Okay, so let's do one thing at a time. Shall we do the tiki torch first? So that's going to be found right here on the Island Girl, right on the side. So let's go ahead and peel that. I love that it's all one piece, don't you?
They're always one piece.
We forgot to do something.
We forgot to burnish. So we're going to rub, rub, rub with our fingers.
That's a good thing we caught that, right? I'm telling you, live is interesting for us.
Very interesting, but I didn't read that in the comments. Hey, you forgot to burnish.
You mean the student comments?
Yeah.
Come on, students, you should know.
All right, there we go.
All right. Okay, so now we have our glitter paper, and I'm going to take my torch and kind of put it down. And I want to maximize my glitter paper, so I'm putting it way over here to the side. Okay, so what else? I think the next piece I'm going to do is her top or the bag. Let's do the bag. I like to get all the big pieces kind of out of the way, then I know what I got left. Do you ever do that?
Yeah, I think that's a good strategy.
All right. Put the bag.
We're trying to maximize our glitter paper.
Yep. And it looks like I have a couple little pieces in there I'll take out in a bit. Okay. Now we need that outfit, right? So make sure you take the outfit that's over here. And you know what I noticed? We're not going to need the whole outfit. So we could do the whole outfit, or we could just put a part of the outfit. But we'll put the whole one on for right now. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, this is actually like a little bathing suit that we made into a little top.
Yes. Okay.
And then we need the drink.
All right, the drink is also on the swim girl here. All right.
Okay, I have to ask you all, what kind of drink do you think this is? Because I love the colors, but I don't know what in real life it would be.
Thanks a lot.
Well, I love it.
Okay, so you see this little solid part? I'm trying to hang that off the paper so I don't have to cut it. There we go.
Okay, we need a seagull.
All right, where is our seagull? I don't see it on this one. Maybe I do see it on this one. Here it is. Oh, it was hiding. Lots of little elements. I like that, don't you?
Yes, I like the variety.
Looks like that will fit right here. And
then we need our shells.
Okay, so what kind of shells do you think? We need this one, and 2 of those. Okay, I see 2 of those.
So she found the itty bitty ones.
By the way, there were more borders on the other side. It's fun to kind of see what else there is, right?
So Diana says that this drink is a blue Hawaiian.
Oh, good one. Because it fits our theme. Good one, Diana. All right, there's those two shells. Looks like, and you know, all of you can use what you want, right? You don't have to follow what was done here on the sample. So the Island Girl has the other two shells. So there's this one that kind of looks like a clam, don't you think?
I like that one, and I like this one over here.
Yeah, what do you call, isn't that the one that you put up to your ear and you hear noises?
Yeah, like a conch or something.
Yeah. All right, is that everything?
That, I think, is everything. And we have extra glitter paper left over.
And look at all this. So far we are having extra pieces, but don't forget we haven't done the girl yet, okay?
Okay, so next we need to rub or burnish our stickers down.
Are you doing that part or you want me to?
So we're going to go over with our fingers, and actually we need to pick out a few negatives from this little beach bag. So I had one in the sun here. And then, are there any others?
I think by these tweezers. There, you got it.
Okay, so now we'll burnish.
Is there one in this drink? No. I like to check it all out.
And then I'm going to flip it over and burnish some more.
And this is just so there won't be bleeding where the ink goes under the sticker and then it gets into the part you don't want it to, right?
Right.
Okay, so which one of us is going to color today?
We can both do it.
Alrighty, because we both like to color. So shall we do the tiki torch first?
Okay.
So that looks like we're going to need some browns, E28 and E40. Now we're going to color with a light dark type of thing, and we're going to start with our dark and then blend with our light, right?
Of course, that's our favorite coloring technique, dark to light.
Okay, so I'm just going to kind of start where I want the dark part, and I think where this little line is, I'm going to put a little bit of dark and right underneath here. So you can see I didn't do a lot of dark, just a little bit. And then I'm going to come into the E40 and kind of start where that E28 left off and push it forward. What do you think?
So you're just pulling or dragging that color from the dark areas to the white areas.
And it looks just like a bamboo, doesn't it?
It does.
There.
And then we need to do the same colors on the top area.
All right, so again, you have to kind of pick as the artist where you want your shadows. I think I'm going to pick the side here and kind of work my way over. Maybe put a little there. So this way you could really see how that drags. So I'm going to take my E40 and just push it and kind of get that stark line out, and then look at that. Nice, right? Now if I get some of the dark on here, I could tap it off. I'm going to use my glitter paper, but you should save your glitter paper and use a piece of typing paper, right?
Yeah, I would do that. That way that you can maximize this and use it for another project.
Okay.
Okay, so for the flames of the tiki torch, we're going to do a yellow and orange combo. So we have our yellow and orange right here, YR18 and Y10.
All right, so let's start. Let's do the orange, which is the darker of the two colors. Again, I'm just going to put it where I want it. And it's really up to you how you want to do that. I'm just putting a little bit like that. Maybe I'll put a little bit more right here. And then I'm going to take my Y10 and I'm going to start here. And look at that beautiful color that you get.
I know, it's definitely the color of a flame.
It is. I love it. Now, if you feel that yours isn't dark enough or you wish you had more orange, you could go back and add that, right?
Yes, always. You can always add more dark, but you cannot take away dark.
So let's say I want to do that. I'll just do it for a demonstration. I could go and color right on top. But remember, you need to come back and blend that out because otherwise I have a harsh line. So I'm just going to come in with my yellow and just kind of, there we go. Okay, moving on.
Let's do the bathing suit.
All right, so that looks like it's red. So in this case, it's going to be the top for our little sarong, right?
Yes, so we're using a light and dark red.
So I kind of put it in screen so we could see the reds. And here it is over here, okay? All right, so this one we're going to stick with, like you said, light and dark red, all right? I love the reds, don't you?
I do. So this is R17 for the dark color.
So I'm going to kind of start here, and then I'm going to take my light color, R03, and kind of come in here. Now I got to tell you, I want this to be a little bit more rustic looking. So do you know what I'm going to add to this?
Brown?
Brown. Because brown is a part of red. So I'm going to go in because this is a little too bright and I want it to kind of match this more where it has rust. Do you see that? So I'm going to add some brown. So I'm going to subtly go back to where I put the dark red, add a little bit of brown. Then I'm going to come back in with my dark red and blend that by pulling it.
And that's going to make it a little bit darker.
But do you see how pretty that is?
I do. So I love that tip. So whenever you want a deep, dark red, add some brown to it.
There. I like that because it matches that paper so much better. What do you think?
Yes.
All right. So since I know I'm going to use brown, I'm going to start with brown. How do you like that?
Okay, we have a question before you finish coloring that. It looks like the top doesn't, in the sample, doesn't have lines. Did you cut those out?
I did. So you could keep them in or cut it out. Which would we prefer?
Keep them in.
We're going to keep ours in this time, but you are absolutely right. And if you wanted to cut them out, how easy. Just take your tweezers and lift this piece up just like that and cut. Okay? So I might as well do it since I'm demonstrating it. Would you be okay with that?
Yes, I didn't even notice that.
Am I on the screen? No.
No.
So, good observation. Who was that?
Anna.
Anna, you're so on it. Okay, so now I'm going to do the other one. That's what I love about our stickers. You can modify.
And don't worry if it's not perfect on the bottom of the top because that's not going to show in the finished project.
Yeah, that's why I didn't really care, but if I wanted to make it more perfect, I could. There, how's that? Thank you so much. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, back to our coloring. So we did our brown, but should we do it again?
Yes, I have to reactivate that brown a little bit. So what that means is I'm just going to go over it to wet it again. And remember, I don't want a lot, and I don't really have to spend a lot of time coloring the bottom, but I'm just going to do a little bit, okay? Now I'm going to come in with my dark red. I just love that brown with the red, don't you?
I do.
And then I need my lightest red. Now, I don't really care what it looks like on the bottom, but I care what it looks like on the top, right? So I'm using my light color just to kind of make it more even. I think I'll come in. I'm going to let this dry for a minute. And then that's the trick. If you do a lot of layers, you have to let this dry for a few seconds so before you go back. Otherwise, you might lift the glitter, right?
Right. Good tip.
Okay, I like that better.
Okay, and don't forget the straps.
I won't. I just need to blend that out. And also, what's another tip? Like, let it dry because it changes colors.
Yes, so it'll always dry a little bit differently than when it's wet.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, so the next, do you want to do the seashells?
Okay, I'm going to clean my pen here.
So the seashells are RV00, E40, which you already have, in, it says BOO.
Yeah.
We don't have BOO.
BO2.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with your favorite, which is this one.
Would you like me to color that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the pinkish color, and I'm going to put that up on the screen so we can see how beautiful it is. So we're going to do this little conch right here, and it has the pink color on one side and the yellowish color on the other. So we're only using two colors, RVOO and E40. So there's the light pink there. See if I can get that on the camera. And so I'm going to turn my paper so that my seashell kind of looks like the sample. Maybe I'll do this. There we go. Now we can see both at the same time. So now I'm just going to color the right side with the RV00. And quick tip, don't worry if you go over the black lines. I'm going to do that for the bottom of the shell. Then next, we are going to use E40. And I'm actually going to go from the left side. So I'm kind of going from our traditional blending technique here. So I went from each edge. And then I'm going to kind of marry them in the middle. And the reason why I did that is because I didn't want it to look too muddy in the middle. So now I'm going to go back to my RV00 and just do a little bit of blending in that middle area. And there we go. So when you have two light colors, you might have to do a little bit of a different shading technique. And we'll do that again on the clamshell right here. So if we go to our sample, here's our clamshell. I'm going to peek at it, but it looks like this one was colored where the E40 is kind of at the bottom and then the pink is at the top. So let's start with that pink again. RV00. We're going to put that at the top of the clamshell. And then we'll take that E40 and we'll put that at the bottom of the clamshell, just like this. Then we're going to go back to that pink RV00 and we're going to kind of blend where the two colors meet. And that kind of creates that light brown color. So with this technique, you are just making that color really pure on the left and right. So you got a pure pink, a pure yellow, and then a brown in the middle. I think it's really, really pretty. Okay, so we've done two shells. We have two more. So let's take a quick look at those. These ones are a little bit different. Looks like we've got some blue, some yellowish brown, and a touch of brown. So let's grab the colors we need. E40, BO2. Oh, I don't know if you could see that. There we go. And then I think we need a brown, so I'm going to grab the E28, which is the lighter brown. All right, so we're going to start out with the blue. I thought that was a really pretty color to use on a seashell. So BO2, remember, light blue.
Wow, your seashells are so pretty, Jackie.
Thank you. I was following the example. Okay, so I'm adding the blue on the left side. Okay. I think I'm going to do the brown on the right side, just like we did with the other technique. So I'm doing the dark brown. We're mixing it up. Okay. And I'm doing both of my shells at once. Then we're going to take that E40 And we're just gonna kind of do a tapping method to blend the blue into the brown, okay? So very little color is actually going on because these seashells are very small.
That looks so cute.
You can even go back with your light blue if you want to and just kind of blend it a little more where that E40 touched it. And there we go, some really pretty seashells.
Okay, so shall we do the drink? That looks like YGOO and BO2. Which is like a lime light green, right?
Yes, so here are the colors. And I did see a comment, the instructions do say BOO, but we realized it meant BO2.
Yes, you know, I am so used to using Copics all of our life that BOO was the Copic color, but BO2 is the right art color. So sometimes my mind slips back in time.
That's okay. All right, so would you like me to do the lemonade or the Hawaiian, blue Hawaiian?
Yeah, the blue Hawaiian, I think you should.
Okay. So we're going to start with that YGOO.
Yep.
And that's going to be at the bottom of the glass. We want a nice and full glass, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Then should I do the blue?
Yes. You got it. And then the orange.
So the blue's going to come in from the top. Now the reason I'm coloring from one side and then the other is these are both very light colors and I don't want them to get kind of muddy. So usually we pull one color into the other, but not this time. Did you notice that?
I did. You're doing a good job.
I'm going back to my green.
That looks so good.
And you kind of just blend it that way.
Yeah, so as you marry it, they kind of go in together, right?
Yes.
All right, the orange now. So here's YR18. Should we use that Y10 or should we go to YR01?
We'll do the YR01.
Okay.
So YR18 is our dark orange. We'll put that in the center of the slice.
And again, you could use any colors you want to, right?
Yeah, you can make that a lemon slice or a lime slice.
So even if our directions say something different, sometimes we do our own thing.
And then we're using YR01, and this time I'm going to pull that dark into the light, okay? That's our traditional method. How cute.
How very cute. Now let's do that seagull while you have your BO2 out. And we're just going to put very, very little color there.
Okay, so we're just going to put like a little bit of color under the wings. And a little bit on one side of the body and then under the other wing. Then we'll blend it with the colorless blender.
Yeah, where is our colorless blender? Is it missing?
Missing.
Missing in action. Well, that's okay. We'll just do it like that. I like it.
Okay, we're going to keep our seagull like that. And guess what? We have one element left.
We do. We have to do the bag. See, sometimes you don't have to blend that out because I think that looks like a dark shadow, don't you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so the bag here.
Let's start with the sand.
Do it. Yeah.
Okay. Start with the sand, which you can't see. There we go. Okay, we're going to start with the E28. And we'll put that right on the left and a tiny bit on the right. Then we'll need our E40.
I love this glitter paper. It's so fun to color and it's so sparkly.
I like making the different color combinations.
Now you can make combinations on blending cardstock, but it doesn't work as easy as the glitter paper.
No, not at all. All right, let's do the palm trees. Oh, actually I forgot the handle. Sorry, let me go back to the handle of the bag. E28 again.
You could put some E18 if you wanted, or just do E28 the whole way.
Okay, I'll do that.
Sometimes you don't want to blend. And the palm tree while it's out.
Oh yeah, I forgot the trunk of the palm trees.
There you go. Looking nice.
Okay, and now our palm tree leaves. We'll do YG29 as a dark green. So I'm putting that on the leaves, leaving the centers white because that's where the light green will be. And then we'll need our YG00. That's the light green. And we're just going to blend that. It's a very small area.
Yeah, small areas tend to be a little bit easier for blending, don't you think?
Yes.
Should we make a very bright yellow of the sun?
Bright yellow sun coming right up. Done.
Okay. And then I think we need our R17 and R03 to do the bag. Now this time we want the bag to be that bright color, so we didn't add brown.
Okay. So we'll start off with the red. And we'll add some dark color around the top left and the side. Be very careful with red because one thing I noticed about red, it likes to bleed. Red will run.
Yep, it does. That is so true.
And then I'm going to use R03.
And it looks like I might have put a little bit of the E40 in there just to give it some extra little pizzazz, but you don't have to. You could do it any way you want to. I like to just kind of experiment with my markers.
All right.
Do you?
I do. So when I'm blending, I like to use the side of my brush, but to get into these little detailed areas, I use the tip of my brush.
How is everybody's looking? I hope really good.
Me too. And if you can't talk right now, you can always just hit the thumbs up button. Okay, so there's that part. And then we're just going to blend this little part. And I'm just going to go back and add a little bit of that E40 to spice it up.
You could even do Y10.
Okay.
Gonna do
Y10.
Y10? It just kind of adds some little yellow streaks in there, you know?
Yeah, I'm just going very, very, very lightly.
And very subtly. I love it.
How cute.
Now there is one thing we forgot to do.
What's that?
Okay, so up here in the hair is this little seashell right here on the glitter paper.
Oh.
And so, if you're wondering where we got that from, you have to look at your sticker, and down here on the border are these little tiny seashells. So we just separated one and colored that.
Okay.
So it's actually a border, so you need to pick it up. And do you have the scissors?
I don't.
Huh. Where did they go? Oh, they went right here by me. Alright, so I just kind of cut that off. Again, there it is. So we can even put it right here. Burnish it. And let's see what colors it is, shall we? Alright, so it looks like it's that kind of pink and E40 look, okay?
So RVOO and E40. Okay, so this is a really, really small shell. So we're going to not have a lot of blending. So I'm going to do the E40 at the bottom of the shell. And then the RVOO towards the top. Then I'm going to go back to my E40 and just kind of blend where they touch.
Alright, so I'm going to start the cutting while you start some conversation, and we'll start putting the pieces on our page. Sound good?
Okay, sounds
So
great.
I'm going to have this right here, and as I cut, you can put it on. Sound like a plan?
Alright, so we are all going to trim out our pieces from the glitter paper. So
I'm starting with the tiki torch, in case you want to follow what I do. Okay?
I did see another name suggestion on here. Sandy.
Oh, like Sandy from Greece? That's what it reminds me of.
Me too. So we have two names in the little hat right now for naming our girl.
Yes.
If you have any suggestions for a name for our lovely swim girl, let us know in the comments. So far we have Sandy as one, and I have to look this up, but I think the sister's name was Lisa.
I think you're right. Now, Jackie, don't we have a doll groupie Facebook group? So if you really like this stuff.
We do. So if you are obsessed with the Krazy Kreations paper dolls, like Kara is, we have a group for you. It's called Krazy Kreations Doll Art Groupies on Facebook, and that group is only about Krazy Kreations paper dolls.
Yes.
And we do challenges in that group.
We do, and I just love that group because, you know, it's really fun to do stuff that you love, right?
And then you get different ideas, you get inspired, you meet people with the same interest as you. And if you have friends, you can invite them to join.
Right. So, did you say how to get there? I didn't hear you.
Yep, so you just go into Facebook and you type in Krazy Kreations Doll Art Groupies.
Okay, so I am now cutting out the beach bag here, but there's a problem right here to get this out, and there's no really easy way to get to it, so I am going to cut through anyway, okay? So I'm cutting through just to get in there. Now, if you have a craft knife, you could prefer to do that, but for right now, I'm doing this, and I'm going to show you it's really not going to matter a lot, right?
Right, you won't be able to see it. It's just like the Adirondack chair.
Except that one we cut through a sticker. So this one, though, if I put it back, do you see how you can't really see that?
Yep.
Okay, so there's that. Look, I have the bag and the torch.
Oh, I need to be doing my black outlining.
Yes. And I'm cutting the drink now. That's where I am. So are you on camera there?
No, I'm off camera. But I did show you how to do the outlining with the Adirondack chair. So,
well, I'll go on camera so they don't feel like we're here.
We're here.
We are.
Okay, another name for this girl, Alana.
Ooh, Alana. Does anyone remember that movie with Elvis Presley, Blue Hawaii? That girl had black hair, and I don't remember her name.
I do not remember that at all. Never even heard of it.
Oh my gosh, it has one of my favorite songs in it.
Which is?
It's an Elvis saying it. Now I can't think. When I hear it, I just love it. But I'm going blank, but I love...
Can you sing it?
No, I cannot.
Come on.
I can't, it's like in my head, but I just can't quite get it out. All right, so I did one seashell. I'm on the clam seashell. I'm saving the swim suit for last, in case you're wondering. So I'm just sitting here cutting. Now when I cut, I really don't think a lot about it because I know I'm going to do the black pen thing to kind of get all my white core out of the way. And that's what Jackie's doing now.
Okay.
And if you have a scan and cut, you could also use that, right?
Of course. All right, here's Anna again. She remembers the movie and the song is Blue Hawaii.
It is Blue Hawaii. I wasn't sure, but I just love that song where they get on the little, it's not a raft, but it's something like that. And they're singing it as they're going down the water. It's just good old days.
Okay, another suggestion for a name is Moana.
Oh.
I know Moana.
Is that a Disney name?
It is. And Meryl votes for Sandy because she's at the beach.
Oh, Sandy. Yes, I get it. Do you see? Sandy.
Yes.
Sandy Beach.
Yes.
I finally got it, Meryl. I'm a little slow, but once I get it, I got it. All right, I'm doing the seagull. It's going to be fun to put all these pieces on, don't you think?
I love these pieces. I can hardly wait to see what the next class is going to be, Kara.
Oh. Well, I'm not going to tell you because I haven't finished it yet, but it'll be shown next week.
You mean we have to wait?
Yes, I'm afraid so. I've been kind of busy this week. You know, having that one day off for Memorial Day really put me behind. I don't know, because I actually went somewhere and did something. So, usually I work all the time. I hear somebody coming in our door. We have a little beep. Did you hear it?
I heard it. I don't know if our microphone will pick it up.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully not.
This one is upside down. Okay, so now when I do the swimsuit, I'm not going to worry too much because remember, we don't care so much about the bottom. So I'm kind of just getting the top. Who's on the swimsuit? Who's caught up with me? Who's keeping up with me?
I don't know. I think we are too fast.
So I think the thing that you have to make sure you do, if you haven't, if you're behind or not quite up with me, stop what you're doing and cut the swimsuit out so we can make the doll together, all right?
Yeah, you can put the other pieces on later.
Yeah, so we're going to put our pieces on, which will give you an opportunity. Go to the swimsuit, make sure that part is cut out because we can't do the doll if you don't have that. All right, now I'm going to just cut off these little ruffles because we're not going to need them. And this is what my swimsuit looks like, okay?
Okay, I'm just going to go around that one and I will be all done with the outlining.
Wow, you have all these pens sitting over here, Jacqueline.
Oh, was I supposed to glue those down?
Yeah, but we'll do it together.
Okay.
But you might want to move some of those pins.
Just a second.
Crunch. Here, you can put them in our nice little container. This is our class container. Right?
Yeah, I really like this for when we just need our set of 24, although this only holds 20.
It does, so we could put another one because they attach. Yep. And then we'll have extra spots.
See, I have some leftovers.
All right. Okay, so now it's time to start putting all the pieces together. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, the torch here. Now, one thing that I noticed is in order for it to kind of go in, I cut it down, but because we did our paper different, I think we can just go ahead and put it down. So what do you think? Something like this? I'll let you look maybe up a little higher.
Yeah, I think we need it a little higher. I'm going to put it right here.
All right. And then we should do the drink, if you can hand me the drink, and I'll let you put the pieces on. Sound good? Is your torch lopsided?
No.
Okay, just making sure. We don't want people to think they had too much of that blue Hawaiian drink.
The sand might have made it go in to the side at an angle.
I see. So now we're putting our drink on.
But our drink should be straight.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We might be tipsy.
There we go.
All right.
And the bag.
Okay. So we're going to do the bag next. I'm just putting adhesive on the back because you need to do that. This is a piece of paper, so it requires adhesive, right?
Right. So our bag is going to go at an angle because we were so excited when we got to the beach that we kind of just threw the bag down.
There we are. We can make a story as we go. Now we have our beautiful seagull. All right. And what are we doing next?
The big seashells.
Okay, guess what? I just ran out of adhesive, so I'm going to use my glue adhesive.
All right, so that seashell kind of goes there.
And that's the thing. You could use any adhesive you want, right?
Of course. This seashell, we can kind of tuck in our sand here.
That looks good.
We have two little tiny seashells with the blue on them.
Yep. Do you want the tweezers?
I got some. Ah. Okay, where do these go? These go
kind of over here somewhere. Yeah. Because don't forget the girl's going to go there.
I don't know if you can see where I put that.
Wow, look at how that scene just came together. What do you think?
There we go.
All right.
So cute.
So very cute. So now it's time to do the girl, right?
So we did not do the itty bitty seashell or the bathing suit because those go on the girl.
Right. And remember how we talked about these dots? Well, I don't know where our dots went. So I saw that there's these cute little flowers on this sticker. I think we ought to use those.
Okay.
So I'm going to peel those. Sometimes the dots get on the back of something, you know what I mean?
They might be on the floor.
Yeah. But you see how that's right there? Wouldn't that be pretty? Just like this.
Yeah.
There we go. I love it. So can you see that?
We can now.
All right. And why don't you go ahead and color the inside?
All right, I'm going to go with YG00.
Okay. Because you could color right on the paper, right?
Yes. And I use the fine tip.
That's pretty. I love it. Now our girl is going to go right here. So she's going to look spectacular. So now it is time to do the girl.
I like her pose. All right, so we're going to need to get our paper doll outline sticker.
And here's our chipboard. Yep. And the first thing you want to make sure is sometimes our chipboard is white on white. So you want to make sure that the girl is facing the correct way.
And that will be the cleanest side of the chipboard.
Right. Okay, so we have the entire girl right here, and we're going to peel that and put it all on here, right?
Yes, so you're just going to start by peeling at the head all the way down to the feet.
Yes. Woo! And it can be a little staticky. So if you dangle it, it kind of takes it out. But what I like to do is grab it with both of my hands, and I'm going to pick a center spot. So I'm going to kind of go for this elbow and arm look and kind of put it there.
And just be very patient. Go slow. Take your time. And then once you get that one little spot, it's all going to fall into place.
Okay, so I kind of have it stuck on my hand.
And you can also use some tweezers if you need to.
Okay, I just want to get the top. So you see how I got the top? Yep, and now we're going to go to the bottom here and kind of make that work. But I believe a lot of the dress is going to, be showing the sarong. So you don't have to be super on it, right?
Right.
Okay, so I got the bottom, and now I just got to fix this part. See, not so bad, right, Jackie?
Not too bad. We're almost done positioning her.
How did everybody else do? Hello out there.
I haven't seen any comments in a while.
I think people are concentrating now, don't you?
I do.
Okay, so just take your time. Look at any parts that you need to just kind of get down. If anything, if I have a little bit of extra of the sticker, I'm pushing it toward the top because I know this isn't going to be shown. And I think that turned out okay. What do you think?
I think so. So just make sure that you rub that sticker down when it's in place. You want to make sure it's nice and burnished.
Yeah. There.
The most important parts of her are the face, the hair, the arms, and the legs. So if your bathing suit looks a little wonky, that's okay, because remember, we're going to layer the one we colored.
All right, so now we're going to color the hair and the skin and get that kind of done. Do you want to do that?
You always do the skin.
All right. Then let's do it. So start with the skin because that is the lighter color. Do we need to kind of go in a little bit more?
Yeah, we'll zoom in on her hair and her face.
So WGOO is kind of my light color, and then EOO is my darker color. You know, in the old days I used EOO and E11 for the Copic. So if you're using that, that's what you would use. But for right art, it's WGOO.
And if you don't know which colors are the lighter versus the darker, just do a little test on some scratch paper.
And I'm coloring right here on the chipboard and kind of just putting a very light color because I want my girl to be Caucasian, but maybe you want your girl to be a different color. If you want a darker skin, go for it.
Maybe she's tan.
Yeah. Or African American, you could go for the dark, or Asian. You know, do whatever you need. Hispanic. We are going to have a skin and hair class very shortly.
I can hardly wait.
It will be announced this month. Okay, so now I'm going into my darker color because I just want to put a little bit of blending. Not a lot. Just kind of on the shoulders, you know, and around. Then you got to go back with your lighter color and kind of blend that in. And I like to go a little bit in circles just to kind of get it on there. And it'll look dark because it's wet, but when it dries, it'll look fine. Right?
Right. So if you're not caught up with us, that is a-okay. You can always replay this video and finish your project later. The skin colors we're using are not in the 24 set. So we do have a skin and hair set though, that's available.
So now I'm coloring the legs, going with my lightest color first. Again, it's not going to matter so much up here, but I'm just doing it so it's done. All right, and then I'm going to add my shadow. And then blend with your lighter color.
This girl has some long legs.
She does. Fashionable legs. She's a model. You know, this was one of the first ones that I ever drew. Are you making fun of her?
No.
Good. There she is. Doesn't she look cute? Okay. Now we're going to go to the face and the hair here.
Okay, let's zoom in on the hair. Now are we doing black hair?
Well, first I want to finish the face, so I need RVOO because I'm going to put a little bit of cheeks on her.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So RVOO.
Right here.
All right. So here's a trick so that the cheeks aren't really, really dark. You're going to take your light skin color and you're going to go and pick up some of this RVOO, which is light pink. And then you can put it down and it won't be as dark. Isn't that a good tip?
Yes.
Otherwise, sometimes it tends to get too dark and then you don't like it. And then you could take off any extra RVOO that's on there, but let it dry. And then if you need to go back and blend it a little, you can.
It'll dry a little bit lighter.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do 100 and dark gray. Okay, so this one, 100, is black. And by the way, there's a 99 that's black too.
What's the difference?
Well, one is just a little bit more black than the other. Have you ever bought black clothing and they don't match because they're off? Same with these blacks, okay? Just a little bit lighter black, but they're both black, okay? And then CG06. So we're going to go in here and start with our dark roots. What do you say?
Okay, sounds good.
So that's with the 100, right?
100.
And I'm not going to be too fancy on here. But if you want to learn how to make good skin and hair, don't forget we will have that class. And it's going to be announced right after we do our red, white, and blue class. And we have our images. I'm so excited, aren't you, Jackie?
Very excited. This
Okay.
Adirondack chair will be in that class. Red, white, and blue.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But we're making it red.
I was talking about the girls.
Oh, I see.
Oh, gosh.
We're on two different wavelengths here. You meant the doll, red, white,
Yes.
blue. Got it.
No, I didn't.
Okay, then I'm lost.
What I'm saying is we're going to announce the next class of the girl skin and hair after the red, white, and blue.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
I heard red, white, and blue, and I'm like, okay, we're doing the red, white, and blue class. And then I remembered we're doing a doll class for the red, white, and blue.
Yes, and we should show that because we just did it. Is it up on the web?
It's on the website.
Ooh, yeah, we should get that sample. Okay, so now we have this little seashell. Remember this? And it's going to go in her hair, right? So we have to put some adhesive on it and put it in her hair. Isn't that going to look cute?
It is. So we need a little bit of adhesive. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you didn't have to make your girl's hair black. If you wanted Sandy from Greece, you could have made it blonde.
Yes, that's true. Okay, how does that look? Cute?
Very cute.
Okay, now we need to put our bathing suit on. So we're going to use some adhesive and go ahead and put this bathing suit on just like that. So I'm now using this glue. What is this, two-way glue?
Yeah, we're using the Zig two-way glue. So it's permanent when it's wet. So if you apply it to your paper and glue it down while it's wet, it is permanent. But if you let it dry, it becomes tacky and then it's like a removable adhesive.
Look how pretty her dress is. I think that looks so cute, don't you?
I think it's gonna look even better when we do the skirt.
Okay, so remember we had this extra piece of paper right here, which was that back of the water paper. This is gonna become our sarong. So we have to go over to the island girl here and notice that the sarong is right here. Now let's go ahead and peel that and put it on our Hawaiian paper, okay?
And you kind of want to place it over your favorite flower.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut that out. Cut it out, right? What do you say?
Say, I want a skirt like this. Or as you're calling it, a sarong.
Well, I think that's what they call it, but I could be wrong because it's a sarong. Notice what I just did.
You rhymed.
I know. I'm corny, aren't I? Okay, so we're going to go up here, go down, and kind of get this. Now, a couple of things I want to point out on this sarong. A, the waist may be a little big, so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of fold it or alter it a little bit just by pulling it in and using our black pen. But the other thing I want to notice right away is we kind of want something in the back here. Do you see that? If we put this up like this, you know, it doesn't look natural if there's nothing back here. Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
So on our sample here, what we did was we put a piece of paper behind the girl so that it looked more natural.
Okay.
Okay? So let's go ahead and see how we want to do that. So basically what you're going to do is I'm just going to take a piece of paper and I want it to be kind of maybe use this as a guide of how to trim it.
So we're kind of tracing it with our scissors, trimming it around the edge.
I mean, when it comes to clothing, you have to think about what really works, right? And then I'm going to make this just kind of round on the bottom so it's not a straight edge. And it's not going to matter because I'll place it the way I want. Now to give it an edge, let's go around the bottom with a black marker.
You have the black, okay. So brush tip. So we'll just go around the edge, the black marker, to imitate the look of a sticker. Right?
Right.
Okay. Complete.
All right. Now, when we look at that, do you see that like black edge there?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to put this on the back, but I suggest we do our sarong first, okay? So now I'm going to come along and bend this down just a little bit because you notice how tiny her waist is. So I just want to bend it down and then I'm going to go with my black marker. So it's really just at the waist. So all I'm doing is, if you see the back, is I'm kind of bending these in a little bit just so it looks like it fits her a little better. And then we'll put a little black on the edge.
Okay, so we'll just do that like that. And then this side, and no one will ever know.
Right, because I just wanted it to look just right. Now look at that. What do you think? Better?
It's perfect.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this part on up here. Right. I don't know if this is gonna. Okay. Now we're just going to put this on. I need to move her more toward me. Sorry, guys.
I feel like we're dressing her.
And if any part of that ruffle is showing, we're gonna have to cut it off. Makes sense? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. We are dressing her. What are you talking about? So I'm going to cut this ruffle off. So I'm giving her a trim.
Cutting her clothes.
Yep. But I don't want that showing with my sarong. There. Isn't that better?
Yes. Okay, so we're just going to glue it down.
Yeah.
And then we have the back piece.
Right. Now, at this point, I could turn her over and I can make sure you put the flower side down, you know, and kind of stick it where I want this to be. So I'm going to just glue the back of this and put it on. And it doesn't have to be exact, right?
Right.
And then if I turn it over, see how natural that looks?
Yeah, that looks really good.
Okay, now I'm going to put the glue on the rest of the back here so I could put it on my page.
And you could be using any adhesive you have.
Yeah, I'm missing my Tombow, but I'm using this. It's okay. But I'm used to the other. What do you think?
Okay, that looks good. So we are going to place her. Her head is about 1/2 inch from the green line.
Oh, we didn't do her shoes.
I know, we're going to do that last.
Is that good?
Looks good. Press her down. And now we need to color her shoes. I think they're RO3.
Yeah.
She's like wearing little slippers. Maybe they're water shoes. Okay, let's take a look at the final project. How beautiful.
Very pretty.
She turned out really nice. I think she's one of my favorites now.
I love it. Now, I did sign my original one right over here in case you can't see it. You should always sign your work, okay? Now, I just noticed that I put a border on the bottom. Do you remember that extra border I told you about?
Oh, right, from the Swim Girl sheet?
Yes, right over here. We could put that across the bottom. Or you don't have to. I think it looks good either way, don't you?
I do, so I think we're going to go ahead and add that.
Just because people like to be just like my picture, so I'm going to do it. Okay, there's that. I mean, I like using a lot of the stickers, don't you?
I do. I think it just adds more interest to your projects. You can be very detailed with these. But adding all those elements really gives the art or the project some more personality.
Yes. And there we are. Look at that. And then you just need to trim this off. Okay, now I feel like we did it.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Okay, so we hope that you really enjoyed making this Swim Girl doll art journal page with us. And we have a challenge for you.
We do.
We do. So your challenge is to finish your doll art journal page, take a picture of it, upload it to this group on Facebook, Krazy Kreations Virtual Classes, and use a hashtag. So the hashtag is SwimGirlChallenge. So we want to see your finished pages. You have 1 week to upload your picture, and you must use that hashtag.
Yes, and I just think it came out so beautiful, and you know, really enjoy the doll art because it's, like Jackie said, one of my favorite things to do. I design all the girls and draw them personally, and now we have guys. So we are just going to be stronger and stronger with this line, and I hope you'll join us on that journey. Now, if you love the dolls, we did release a red, white, and blue patriotic slimline card using our USA girl, I believe is who she is, right?
Yes, so she is available on the website right now, and you need to order that ASAP so we can get it to you in time for the live event.
Yes, so the live event with that is with Stamp and Scrapbook Expo on June 26th. And I'm not clear on the time, but we have 30 minutes, and we are going to put that beautiful card together, and the kit makes 2 slimline cards.
If you enjoyed doing this doll art journal class with us, we also have a subscription available for this class series. So you might want to think about joining that, because that way you make sure you get all of the beautiful projects we do.
Absolutely. It is so fun crafting with all of you. I hope you have a rest of your day is beautiful and crafty and fun. My name is Kara.
And my name is Jackie.
And we will see you soon.